Hello everyone, CatWeazle here, welcome to the channel. And welcome back to our playthrough of Shadows of Brimstone and a Fistful of Darkstone. Yes, we're just about to start episode 5 and it is the showdown. We've got 8 hungry dead, we've got a night terror and we've got 2 corpse piles that we've got to deal with. And I don't think there was any problems with last turn. So unfortunately there's no cock-up corner today. Alright. So let's get ready to rumble. But before we do, got a couple of things we do have to do. Which is go through the Growing Dread cards. We're at the final showdown. So we've got to find out what the bad news is. Unfortunately we don't have enough grit to get rid of these. So we're going to have to put up with them. So first Growing Dread is Threshold of the Abyss. This sounds good. Teetering on the brink of destruction, you stare out into the void that will one day consume all. For every blood spatter and growing dread space the darkness has passed on the depth track, not including its current space. Oh, good. So we don't have to deal with that one on space 6. Each hero takes 1 wound, ignoring defense. So it's just 2 blood spatters, isn't it? So that's 2 wounds each. Oh, blimey. So Fifi has got 3 wounds now. And Running Bear has got 2 wounds. And yes, and Cade has an extra 2 wounds as well, which puts him up to 3. So that's a bit of a downer, no defence. Alright, anyway, that's the first one. Not bad yet. What's the second one? Chittering in the dark. This doesn't seem much better. From up ahead you hear a spine-tingling chitter echoing through the halls. You know it's not human, but in your mind it almost seems to be forming words. At last you have come. All heroes immediately take 2 sanity damage with no willpower saves. Well, this is obviously a very similar card. This is just the sanity version of the previous card we just got. So everybody gets 2 sanity damage with no saves. Hang on. So that means Running Bear now has 2 sanity damage. And oh, that's 6 sanity damage in total now for Fifi. And well, it's not much better for Cade. He's now got a total of 5 sanity damage. Oh, and we've still got this one. What's this one? Dread. You shudder to think of what lay before you. Move the darkness. Oh, just 1 step forward on the darkness track. Oh, that's not so bad. Alright, that'll do. Alright. So there we go. That's the darkness, the dread dealt with. We do have 2 darkness cards, but they're for void monsters. We don't have any void monsters, but I'll keep them out because we're still holding back the darkness and everything. We've got a chance of getting darkness cards that will give us void monsters. Basically, we may get ambushed or something like that. So I'll keep those out. But as it stands, they're not affecting anything. We've also got this out because we'll be chucking our dynamite. So I'll just go through this. Side bag tokens, dynamite token. Discard to throw as a ranged attack. Range, strength +3. So Cade, who's going to be chucking it, he's got strength of 2, so he'll have a range of 5. If missed to hit roll, bounces D3 times before exploding. And that's the bouncing diagram. I'll show you that in a minute. And when it explodes, models in the target space and adjacent spaces take D6 wounds each, ignoring defense. So it's good stuff, dynamite. And the bounce diagram should be coming up. So there you go. D3 times. So if you roll 3, it's going to bounce 3 times. And each time it lands, then you roll on this chart again, and it moves according to this chart from where it landed the previous time, if you see what I mean. So sometimes, I think it's happened in the past, I've had the dynamite sort of bounce away and then bounce back to where it was originally meant to go anyway. But always a laugh when dynamite starts bouncing around. So I hope that won't happen, but it'll certainly be entertaining for you guys if it does. I'll put this back over here. And that's the dynamite. Okay, so we're pretty much ready to go with the next turn. So yeah, I'll see you in a minute. And here we are at the start of the turn. So, holding back the darkness fun. We need an 8 or over. Come on. And we get a 7. It begins. Okay. So, we do get a darkness card. Bloody hell. We haven't even started yet, really. So, we get the Dark Omen. Darkness Omen. The darkness grows ever closer. The darkness immediately moves 1 step forward on the depth track. Blimey, so it goes up another step. I don't think there's anything under this. I'll just check. No, there isn't. So I could just... That's not going to move again, so I can just pop this on the top. And, well, at least we get 20 XP each, and we can recover a grit. So we're bloody going to do that. So what's that? 60 XP. Brilliant. Not 100 XP, 60. There we go. So what's that? 680 that we've got. Cool. And 1 grit, and we're definitely going to take 1 grit each. So that puts Fifi up to 2 grit, Running Bear up to 2 grit, and we get a single grit for Cade. I don't think that we can use it to get rid of any Growing Dread cards. We've already gone through them. I think we could have used it if we had a Remains in Play Growing Dread card, but none of those, like, they're one and done, and we've already done them, so we're a bit stuck. And I don't think it's worth... Oh no, I can't get rid of darkness cards with them anyway. So I'll put this over here, I've got to take a photo of it. So, yes, brilliant. Brilliant start. So that's Hold Back the Darkness. And next up, yes, it's going to be Cade. Cade Gaunt. Right, what are we going to do here? Well, first of all, we've got some things to remember. He's on the same tile as this guy, and he's also adjacent to this guy. Unfortunately, which means horror hits. We'll do the Night Terrors horror hits. So a hero starting on their activation on the same map tile takes 2 horror hits. So he gets to roll twice. He needs a 4 or better. And he saves 1. He's not going to use his grit because he wants that for combat. So he gets an extra sanity hit. He's took 6 sanity hits already. And he may take another one, because he has got fear with this guy. So again, he's got a roll of dice. 4 plus a 6. Excellent. We'll keep that. A 6. So he doesn't get any additional horror hits from the Hungry Dead. Alright, so he's now got a roll for movement. He rolls a 1, which is another grit. That's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. Brilliant. So he's got 2 grit now. He's going to roll to see if he can escape from this Hungry Dead. So he needs a 4 or better to escape. Come on. 6, yes. That is fantastic. Because what he's going to do, he's sort of on both tiles here. This gets him on that tile. So he's on a separate tile now from him. So if we can move Running Bear back as well, that'd be fantastic. Okay, right. So Cade has gone back his 1 because he's escaped. And he can also now lob dynamite. Before, when he was next to this guy, what that meant was he couldn't... he had to attack adjacent enemies. Yeah, so but we didn't want to chuck we didn't want to chuck dynamite there. It just like hit all of us. What it does want to do is hit this guy. Now this guy is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. So +3 ranged, +2 strength is 5. So we can actually land it on top of this dude. And that's what we're gonna, that's a wound. Dynamite, not the wound. No. So we're going to try and land it on there. So we need a 3+. A 5. Whew. We did have 2 grit though. So a 5. It's landed there and it's exploded. So that is fantastic. We can get rid of that. We know it's hit with no problems. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and this. So unfortunately, because they're in a checkerboard pattern, there are 2 spaces that haven't got anything in. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that are hit. So first of all, we're going to do damage for the Night Terror. Remember, no defense against this. 2 damage on the Night Terror. That is pounce. Well, I suppose it's better than nothing. So 2 damage on him. Then we're going to do damage on that corpse pile there. Come on, we want a 6. Oh, a 5. That was so close. A 6 would have killed it. I'm going to do the XP in a moment, so just bear with me on that. He's going to try. We're going to do the other corpse pile down here. Come on, 6, 4. Ooh. This is how devastating dynamite is, and it's really expensive. So if you do this first mission, remember, free, get dynamite. So that is 4 wounds on this guy, and then finally we've got him. There is absolutely no reason to roll for that because he has no defense. So that means it's definitely at least going to be 1. So this guy dies. Hungry dead. That was 10. Yeah. So that was 10 XP for that. For the Night Terror, it got hit twice. So it's 5 for each hit, which is a 10. So that's another 10. And then we have the 2 corpse piles, and that's 5 each for each damage. 5 times 5 is 25 for that one, and it's 20 for that one. So let's have a look at what we've got. And so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus that 50 is 100. So what have we got there? 745. Very nice. Remember, we need about 1500 for everybody to level up. So we're getting there. Okay, so I think that is it. He's done that. And now he is going to... I'll tell you what he's going to do. Just before the end of his turn, there's nothing round him now. And mind you, there is... Yeah, he was going to pass the Gravedigger across to Running Bear, but there is a guy next to him. So what we'll do is Running Bear will try and kill him, I think. If Running Bear kills him, then yeah, then they'll be able to trade. Running Bear will take the Gravedigger off Cade. Yes, we'll do it that way. Alright, so that is it for Cade. Good start, good start. And next up is Running Bear. So we'll pop that across. And Running Bear gets to go. But first of all, Terror. He's on the same tile as this guy, so he's got to roll 2 willpower saves. Needs a 4+. 2 4s. The man's a star. So he doesn't lose any more sanity. He's next to this guy, so he's got to roll another one. The Hungry Dead Sphere. This time he does fail. Is he going to spend a grit? No, he is not. He is going to take that one on the chin. So he now has 3 sanity damage. He's down to 7 sanity. And now he is going to roll for his movement. He rolls a 2, which in his case is a 3 because he's fast. And he is going to try and escape here. 4+, he gets a 3. So unfortunately he can't escape. Not the end of the world, not the end of the world. He can stay there. That's okay with the plan. And he is going to attack, I think. So, got to attack this guy. And I think first of all, yes, he may as well use his boot knife. So just going to throw his boot knife at this guy. So that's 1 shot. It does +2 damage, you see, so it's always worth doing it against Hungry Dead. So 4+, a 1. I am going to grit that. He's got 2 grit. So let's have another go. Come on, a 4+, running bear. You can do it. A 5, yes, so he does hit. It's not a crit, unfortunately. So he's got to roll for damage, but he has +2 damage. Come on. A 2 + 2 is 4 and doesn't quite do it. Oh, that is nightmare. And his heightened senses. Oh, sorry. He uses his heightened senses on that when he re-rolled that, not his grit. He'll use his grit now to re-roll that damage roll. So he's just re-rolling the damage roll. A 6, so yes, he does kill it. Yeah. So what I did there, I'm allowing myself this because it's such a fiddly game. He used heightened senses to re-roll his attack, is to hit roll, which he's allowed to do. And then he actually used the grit to re-roll that damage roll. And he did manage to kill that Hungry Dead for 10 XP. Yay! Right, what is he going to do now? He still has his normal attack. That was a free attack with his boot knife. He's going to use his carbine. So that is 3 dice. And he can virtually hit anything. He can virtually hit anything. He will try for this corpse pile. So I'll try and hit a few of these, because I think we can deal with the Hungry Dead. Let's try and get rid of the corpse piles first. We don't want more Hungry Dead coming out. And he only hits on a 4+. So that's a hit. But the other 2, he's going to use his final grit. Let's go for it. He's going to use his final grit and he's going to re-roll these 2 shots. And they all hit. They're all 4s. He's rolling a lot of 4s. Okay, so first one is on this corpse pile. It's got 2 defense. Rolls a 1. I don't believe it. So that doesn't hit. Same corpse pile. Do not roll a 1. A 6. Right, so that's the 1 extra to get rid of this corpse pile. Woohoo! So 1 corpse pile is dead. For that he gets 5 XP for hitting it, and I think he gets 10 XP for killing it, so that's 15. Awesome. And he's still got one left. And he's going to try and hit this one. A 4 or better would be good, because we get rid of that corpse pile as well. Come on, running bear. A 2. No, unfortunately, doesn't even get a hit on it. Must have just missed. That's a shame. That is a shame. Alright, that's it for running bear. Next up is Fifi. Fifi is next. Okay, what's Fifi gonna do? Well, first of all, she's got to try and save against terror. She needs 4+. Whoop. She needs 4+. If I can stop dropping the dice everywhere. She saves 1. It was a 6 and a 3 there. So she takes an extra sanity. Oh, but she has acrobatic dodge. She can re-roll one of those. So she got a 6 on 1. She's re-rolling the 3. And she gets a 4. Brilliant. So with her acrobatic dodge, she's somehow dodged the terror. But, oh, mind you, it's defence, isn't it? Is there a difference between defence and... Yes, sorry. She hasn't used her acrobatic dodge. You can't dodge. She can do it on a defence roll, not on a willpower save. Good job I caught that. There's some sharp cookies in the audience who'd have been on that. They'd have been on that, wouldn't you, lads? Yeah. So she couldn't re-roll that. Still means she's got the acrobatic dodge though, so that's fine. But she does take that sanity damage. So 7 sanity. Ooh. Down to 7 sanity. Good job she's quite sane. Because she's got 2 more saves she's got to make on these 2 guys. They are adjacent to her. They are hungry dead. So she has to roll for fear. And she has missed both those. Is she going to... She could use a grit. No, she's going to take that. And she's going to go down to 5 sanity. Ooh. Ooh. But, yeah, we have got a revive token. We have got a revive token. And hopefully she'll roll a bit better in future turns. Alright, so now roll to move. She is going to roll to move. And that's a 3. With 2 move is 5. I think she will move. 1, 2. We'll go here, I think. Now normally if we didn't have the night terror, I'd leave her where she was. But as it is the night terror, it can get to anybody. And because it can get to anybody, I'd have to roll randomly. Yeah? Whereas if it couldn't get to everybody, it'd go to the nearest. But as it stands with the checkerboard pattern and the fact that these other monsters are smaller than it, it could essentially, you know, just barrel through. And the way we're situated at the moment, it could affix onto anybody. Now, she doesn't have to roll to escape because she has acrobatic dodge, so she's just going to go 1, 2. Now, by doing that, it means Cade cannot be targeted by this guy. This guy can target either Running Bear or Fifi, but he cannot get to Cade. So that's the plan, and that's why we've done that. If this guy wasn't here, I'd have done something different, because these guys only move 2. So I'd have pretty much tried to just, you know, do these 2 in, and then these other ones would have had to have attacked her because they haven't got the movement to get to Cade or Running Bear. But as it is, we'll just use the choke point. Okay. Whew. She has moved, but she has still got her go, has she not? Okay. What to do, what to do, what to do. She is going to use her holdout pistol. Oh, she's going to use that. And because it's a free attack, it crits on a 5 or 6, remember. She still has her grit. So what we are going to do, what we're going to fire at, we are going to fire at this corpse pile. Let's try and get rid of it. 5 or a 6, please. 6. Oh, it'd have been a crit anyway. You absolute star, Fifi. You absolute star. She's pretty. Go, Fifi, go. That's right. Come on. She's your favourite, isn't she, Zeke? She sure is. Oh, Zeke's going crazy here. Oh, in fact, hang on. Let's all calm down, Zeke. 1, 2, 3. Can't reach her. Can't reach the corpse pile. But can reach one of these jokers. 1, 2, 3. Can't reach him either. So it's just going to have to be one of these. Damn it! I wanted to get rid of that corpse pile. So we'll kill this guy. That's an auto kill because he didn't get any defense. And that is 10 XP. And now, I'm going to do it now. I don't think she's going to get killed. If she gets killed, we'll roll it back. But I'm going to use her comforting presence now. Otherwise, I'll forget at the end of the turn. So we'll just bear that in mind, just in case something happens whereby she couldn't use her comforting presence. But as it stands, these two are both adjacent. And Cade's going to recover a sanity. And same for Running Bear. They're going to recover 1 sanity each. And that will be 10 XP for comforting presence, because she's done it on 2 separate comrades. Okay, so that is it for Fifi. Next up, it's the Night Terror. So let's move that across there. So as I mentioned, because he's got pretty much free reign here, he could have picked, the way we were, he could have picked any of these 3. But now he can only pick 2 because he cannot get to Cade. So 1 to 3 will be Running Bear, and 4 to 6 will be Fifi. So poor old Running Bear, bummer. 1, 2, 3, just goes straight up and starts getting stuck in. So that's going to be 4 dice, isn't it? Yeah, it's got a combat of 4, so he's going to be rolling 4 black dice. Move his wounds up with him. And he whiffs! Look at that! Yay! He needed a 5+. He's completely whiffed. What a shame. We'll keep those there. What a real shame that is. So he's completely missed Running Bear. Yes, come on. And that is fabulous news. Great. So Running Bear is now fine. And that is it for the Night Terror's go. I think, yes. So next up it is the Hungry Dead. So 1 moves here. Now, Running Bear already has the Night Terror on him. Yes, so he's engaged. I suppose really I should roll, because he could attack Running Bear as well. But I'm just going to rule that he's going to like concentrate on Fifi, because he's got a massive Night Terror in front of him. Really, rules as written, we should roll, because he could attack them both. But I'll have it as attacking Fifi. And the others just piling behind. I think he's got enough of a square there he can use. So that's 1. 1, 2 comes in there. Just puts that there. We know that is on the Night Terror. 1, 2 and 1, 2. think she's got enough room on that particular space as well. But there is a thick black line there, so I don't think she can get through. Oh, can she? Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Let's get the technology out. I think she can actually attack through there. So, sorry running bear, you have got a second attacker. Alright, so do it in initiative order. This sneaky hungry dead, who's managing to claw around the corner, is going for hungry bear. Hungry bear. Running bear. Hungry bear. The Yogi bear. Right. So what have they got? They've only got one combat, so it's a single die. They do 3 damage if they hit though. She does hit. So we get 1 die to save. For our better lad. Oh no, takes 3 damage. Is he going to grit that? He's already used his heightened senses. Is he going to grit that? No, he's used his grit as well. He just gets 3 damage. Oof. So he's took 5 damage. That's a bit grim. And next up is this guy who's attacking Fifi. And he gets to roll a 5. Bloody hell. Stop hitting. So she gets a save, 4 or better. A 6, brilliant. And she's still got her acrobatic dodge, remember, because it's a defense roll. So she could have re-rolled that, even if she'd missed. But as it is, she's managed to dodge that attack. So that's fabulous. The rest of them can't attack. They're not in range. Melee attacks only for the hungry dead. So now we move on to the corpse piles and their zaniness. Right. Spawner. At the end of each turn, roll a d6 for each corpse pile. Well, we've only got 1 left. On a 4+, we place 1 new hungry dead next to it. Bloody 6. Knew that was going to happen. That's why you have to kill these bloody things. And obviously I'll set it up here so it's closer. So there, but the activation of Hungry Dead has gone. That won't move from there, that's just where it spawns. And damn it. Yeah, that's a get rid of corpse piles as soon as you can. They can be a real pain in the butt, like that one's been now. Alright, so that is it for the turn, I think. I shall be back shortly. Hopefully I've not made any errors. And here we are at turn 17. We've got 790 XP, 475 cash, and we've got to hold back the darkness. Okay, I think I'm up to date. So let's hold back the darkness. Come on. Let's have it. Double 4s, damn it. It does hold back the darkness because it's a double, but we get some crappy depth event, which is falling rubble. So d6 hits. Ugh. Cobblers. Right, Cade. 2. So he gets to roll 2 dice. He gets defense. So it needs a 5+ though. He saves 1, so he takes 1 wound. That's 4 wounds on him now. And running bear, d6. Come on, low number. A 4 is not a low number. So it gets 4 saves. And a 4+. And he saves 2 of them, but takes 2 wounds, which is bad. 2 wounds. Oh. So he's took 7 wounds, he's only got 3 health left. Oh, bloody falling rubble. And Fifi, She takes 3. She saves on a 4+ as well. And she saves 2, so she takes an extra wound. Not good. Not good, but at least the darkness track itself didn't move on. So at least there is that. Bloody depth events. Cobblers! Right, which means we now move on to Cade. What is he going to do? Well, I think he's going to chuck some more dynamite. The good thing about dynamite is it kills these jokers. Yeah, does a real good job of killing this lot. And if we get it over here, we should be at, say I put it on him. Put it on him. Okay, we missed quite a few. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 that it hits. But I should have leave that for one of the others to shoot. There is the question. I'll go for it. We'll just chuck a dynamite here. We'll chuck it at the guy with the pickaxe, I think. So let's see if he can do that. He still has 2 grit, does Cade. And a 3. 3+ is good enough. So that is where the dynamite lands. Just there, and it goes boom! So, because it's gone boom, this guy is dead for 10, this guy is dead for 10, this guy is dead for 10, and this guy is dead for 10. Because it is no defence, and I would have rolled at least a 1. So the only other guy who's hit is the Night Terror. So, come on. Big number. A 5, that'll do. Yes. And that is... he's up to 7 wounds, which is good. Excellent. So that's great from Cade, who should have rolled to move. I'll do that now. And he got a 6, but he's not going to move. He's going to stay there. And that is it for his turn. He killed 4 of them, which is 40. And he got 5 hits on him, which is 25. So that's 65 in total. So let me just work this out. And so that's 855 XP for the team. Yay! Great stuff. Right, that was it for Cade. Next up is Running Bear. Okay, Running Bear. First things first. Oh, Cade didn't have to do any terror because he's not on this tile. He didn't have to do fear because he didn't have any of the Hungry Dead next to him. However, poor old Running Bear does have these problems. So, terror first. And he saves on his willpower on a 4+. He saves them both. But he does get an additional fear here, so he's got a save for that. And he fails that, so he takes a sanity damage. Whoa. Hold on, son, hold on. And now it is his turn, so he will roll for movement. He could do with a grit. He does not get a grit, he is not going to move. And he is now going to attack. Can't use his boot knife anymore, but he can use his carbine. He does have the Gravedigger now. At the end of last turn, he did have an opportunity. At the end of his last turn, he did have an opportunity to take the Gravedigger, and he's took it. But he's not going to use that, he's going to use his carbine. Because we want to hit this down here. And I think the Gravedigger is 1, 2, 3. Gravedigger can't reach that corpse pile, so he's just going to use his carbine. Hits on a 4+. We could have done with a 6. He's just got a 4. He has no grit. He's going to fire at this. So we need more than a 2. Come on, a 3 or better. A 6. Yes! So that easily puts the extra 2 damage on it. So he gets 10 for the 2 damage, and he gets 10 for killing it. Great. And we've got rid of the second corpse pile. And I can get rid of this card, because they're gone, baby. So well done, Running Bear. And that is it for his go. So that means Fifi is up. Okay, Fifi. 7 on this guy. So that's 12 to get rid of him. So an extra 5 damage. And yeah. Well, she's got 2 grit. She's got 2 grit. So let's roll for her melee attack. She's gonna do an old kung fu kick. Kick him in the ghoulies! Yes! That's what she needed, a bit of encouragement, Zeke. Because she's got a 6. And that is a critical. So I think she's going to assign the critical to him. And the 4 to this guy. So the critical is without defense. Woo! So big numbers. A 4. Yes. Oh, it's still alive. Just alive. It's got 11 wounds on it. Oh, that was 4, wasn't it? So that's 20. 20 for each damage there. Oh, that was so close. You were so close, Fifi. And we've got a 4 here. So they've got 4 defense though, so this is going to have to be a 5 or a 6. Come on, Fifi. 6! Yes! She's the girl! She's our girl! Go, Fifi! Yes! Seek! We've done it! So she kicks its ass. Another hungry dead. Fifi, you're a star. Brilliant. So she got rid of that. So it's big roundhouse kick. Smashed him in the jaw and then caved the head in of the hungry dead right next to him. Fantastic. Alright, so that is it for her though. And next up, it is the Night Terror. So here we are with the Night Terror. Let's move this on. And he was battling Running Bear. So he's not going to swap. He's going to stick on Running Bear. Because Running Bear hasn't moved. He hasn't moved. So he stays with Running Bear. So he rolls 4 dice. We could do with him whiffing again. Not this time. So 5s or better as well. So, oh, he got 3 hits in. So, come on, Running Bear. Got to save against these 3 hits, mate, or you're down and out. And he saves 1. Which means he takes 8 damage. And I think that puts him out for the count. It does indeed. So we're going to use the revive token on him. So our revive token has now gone. He's not using the horseshoe thing, he's using the actual revive token. Now the good thing about revive tokens is we don't have to take an injury or anything. We just take a tremendous shoeing, but we do get all of our health and all of our sanity back. So he's back up to full health. So yeah, wanted to hold on to the revive token though, but no matter, we do have the lucky horseshoe in reserve. See how close it is? Close it is. Looks like we're breezing this, doesn't it? But these are beasts. Absolute beasts. And if we didn't have that lucky horseshoe, I'd be seriously considering running here, even though were so close to winning. But with the lucky horseshoe, we'll carry on. Okay, right, so that was the Night Terror having a good old go. And now it's the Hungry Dead. That moves up here. And have it attacking Fifi again, I think. Again, it could be probably each, but Fifi's worse for us anyway because he's now fully healed. So it's going to attack Fifi. And I think that makes sense. You got some massive, like, lumbering Night Terror, like, piling in on him, and somebody right next to them. Any self-respecting Hungry Dead's going to pile in with here. It's not going to get in his way, is it? So, yes. So he'll attack Fifi. He gets only a single die, though. Hits on a 4+, of course. He gets a 4. So she needs a 4 to save. She gets a 3, but she has her acrobatic dodge. I forgot heightened senses for him as well, didn't I, when he was rolling? Never mind, when he was rolling to hit. Another 3. Come on! And I can't re-roll again, even though I've got grit. So she took 3 damage there. And oh, she's nearly dead. She's on 7 wounds. Oh, and she's got 8 health. I don't want to lose that lucky horseshoe. I want to keep it because it's lucky, but we might have to. But as it stands, she has managed to. She has actually managed to avoid dying there. That was close. Alright, so that's the end of the turn. She can do comforting presence, can't she? So can't really do it on Running Bear because he's fully healed thanks to that revive token. But Cade will get a wound. Get a wound back. So that is 5 there. And that is it for the turn. We do not have any corpse piles. Okay. Yes, Fifi is in a bad way. But we should be okay. He only needs 1 hit on him. He only needs 1 hit on him. And it's good night, Vienna. So hopefully we'll be able to do it. Alright, I'll be back in a bit. Alright, turn 18, here we go. Hold back the darkness, come on. Come on. An 8. Yes, fantastic. We hold back the darkness. Foo. Foo. And that means we just go straight on to Cade. I don't think he's going to chuck any dynamite. No, sir. Doesn't have to do any fear or terror. He's not on the same tile. Roll for movement. He's already got 2 grit though. So 2. That's that. He's going to spend 1 of those grit. And he is going to use pistol fanning, is the lad. So that gives him an extra 2 shots with his pistol. So he's now got 4 shots and he's still got a grit left. Come on, we need 2 6s. That'd be very nice, Cade. Yes! 2 6s. That's good enough. That is all we needed. 2 criticals. Tool hand Cade just shrugs his shoulders. Bang, bang. Hits him in the head and him in the head. No defence. They both have only but a single health left. And it's good night Vienna for both of them. Yes. Fabulous. What an absolute star, man. 2 6s to finish it off. Never doubted you, Cade. Never doubted you. All those times you were rolling really crap, I never doubted you, mate. Except I did. But you've come through in the end. Wow, brilliant. We've won. Through dynamite, pretty much. But yes, that's really good. So we've actually succeeded at the mission, but we've still got a few things to do. Now, Cade activated. So when he catches his breath, it's only a D3. So we'll roll that now. And he gets 3. So that's excellent. And he will take 2 wounds off. And a sanity off. He's going to get all these back. It's the end of the adventure anyway, but we may as well do it. So that's good. It's going to be a D6 catching of breath for Running Bear. 1. But doesn't matter, he was at full health anyway. And, oh, I wonder if there's anything special for catching breath. Bear with me. He can actually recover a grit, so he goes up to 2 grit. Oh, and he also got a grit from when he revived. So he's got 2 grit now. And finally, we have got Fifi. She gets a D6 worth. Dope. And she needs it as well. 4. She's going to take that as 4 wounds, unsurprisingly. Still leaves her with 3 wounds, but better than that. Okay. And comforting presence, because it's the end of the turn. So she's going to heal. Running Bear doesn't need healing, but we'll take an extra sanity off Cade. And that is an extra 5. Plus, we've got to do, Cade got 10 for killing the Night Terror, plus a 5 for the wound it put on it, and 10 for the Hungry Dead. So I'll add all that up in a minute. That was another 25 XP. And I think I put the 5 XP on for the comforting presence there. I think. I'll check that in editing. I'll add it on, if not. And there we go. So what else have we got to do? Loot cards, is it not? We had 3 separate cards out. We had Corpse Piles, Night Terrors and Hungry Dead. So that is 3 loot cards each. So we'll do this. We'll do Cade first. So 1, 2, 3. Whoa, moving everything around. So we got D3 Darkstone. One. Rubbish. And 20 XP. So he'll get 60 XP, won't he? I think it's 20 XP on each of these. So we'll just chuck 60 in for now. Another Darkstone, a Darkstone Rock, a Darkstone Shard. Doing well in the old Darkstone, but we're going to have to roll for it in a minute. And for Corruption, and then he got Cash. We got an extra 50. Plonk that on there. So that's him. That's his loot sorted out. Then I'll quickly do, ooh, I've nearly run out of charge on my camera. So, right, this loot is for Running Bear. 1, 2, 3. What does he get? Sack of gold dust. He gets 60. Yeah, they're all 20 XP, aren't they? Yeah, he gets 60 XP. And 100 gold. Cool. And next up is Blood Money, D6 times 25. 25. Brilliant. So what's that, 125? That'll do very nicely. 125, and finally he gets gold nuggets, which is D6 times 50. He's finding all the gold. Oh, another 5. So 250. We're rich. Could have done with an artifact or something. Let's see if Fifi can do it. So she gets 3 loot cards. 1, 2, 3. First up, yeah, she gets a what's this? So, which is an artifact. 20, 20, 20. She gets 60 XP for her as well. Plonk that in there. So we draw an artifact card. These are over here. I'll just take the one off the top. And what do we get? An expedition chest. What the bloody hell's this? Oh, +2 health. Artifact container, +2 health. That is good. That'll put her up to health was bad at 8, so that puts her up to 10 health. That's good. Holds up to 4 side bag tokens. Any hero on the same or adjacent map tile may use tokens in the expedition chest. It's got 1 weight and 550. That could be extremely useful. So I'll put that over there. I'll have to take a little picky of that. So that's that done. We've got some cash, which is $50. Pop that in there. And the final one is a Darkstone shard. So 1 Darkstone. Doing alright. Woohoo! So that goes back in here. And what I'll do, because I'm dangerously close on the old, it's just about to run out of juice, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop here. I've got to add up all of our experience anyway, and all of the cash. And then I've got to make sure that, yeah, I've got to check what the mission rewards are and everything. So I'll be back in a bit with everything all counted up. Okie dokie, see you in a bit. And I'm back. Okay, just a couple of things. Right, because we've actually finished the adventure, we get all our health and sanity back. But I'm glad I did the catch your breath, because just gets me into the swing of it. Otherwise I'll start forgetting it. So caught our breath, and didn't matter because we've all recovered anyway. But for example, I'd still do the comforting presence for Fifi, because she can get it's the end of the turn, so she can get XP for that, and I did give her that XP, by the way. For finishing the mission, we get 75 XP, 25 XP each, so I've added that to up there, and we ended up with a grand total of 1,195 XP. So that's 400 XP for Fifi and Running Bear, and Cade, being the gentleman that he is, has took 395 of that XP. As regards the gold, we've got $1,050, which is a nice $350 each for when we get into town, so that's pretty cool as well. Once we get into town, because we've got to travel there first, we'll have another look, because something may happen on the way back to town, because yes, there are hazards. So we'll see if we get there. But as it stands, that's how we're dividing everything. I'll have a look at what everybody's got. I finally found where trading is. It is in the rule book, but it's not the best rule book. And finally found it. And yes, if there's no enemies about, you can trade on the same tile. If there are enemies about, so long as you're adjacent, you can trade. So we pretty much did it right. So that's good. So I'll have a look if we want to trade anything, and who would be better holding on to certain things. So they'll have a look at that by the time they get to town. The other thing, the other reward, apart from 25 XP each, is D3 Darkstone each. So we'll roll all 3. We're doing quite well for Darkstone as it is. So let's roll. And, ooh, 3. 3 Darkstone for Fifi. She's got 5. That could be bad, because she's going to have to do a corruption roll in a minute. 2 Darkstone for Cade. He's got 5. This is the most Darkstone I've ever got on a mission. I'm sure of it. So there we are. And just 1 for poor old Running Bear. So he ended up with 2 Darkstone for him. Okay, right. So, having rolled for that, just move all this back while I think about it. So there we go. Yes, so we're going to be heading back. I'll do that next episode. So we'll do the town travel and the travel hazard getting to town, and we'll do a town episode next. We'll just do the normal town. I do have the Frontier Town expansion, but having not played for 7 years, I'll just stick with the bog standard town this first time. Next time we do a mission and come back to town, we will use the Frontier Town. But we'll stick with the bog standard one for now, which will just be, hang on, it's just this. Yeah. So we'll just do that next episode. And so what we've got to do, I think what we've got to do is it's just roll for corruption. Dun, 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 dun. So everybody's got a roll for corruption. Just having a look. What is the save for corruption? I'll be back shortly. Okay, they roll a d6 for each Darkstone they've got. So Cade will be first. And what he doesn't want is a 1, 2 or a 3. And so he was fine on 3 of them. That's great. 2 of them potentially will give him corruption, but he does get a willpower save on that. So he needs a 4+. And he gets snake eyes. Rubbish. So he gets 2 corruption. You can heal corruption in town, and we have got quite a few dollars. So he's got 2 corruption. 5 corruption is where it gets really bad. 5 corruption. That's when you start getting mutations. But he's got 2 corruption as it stands. After him it's Running Bear. Now Running Bear only has 2 Darkstone. And he only gets 1 potential corruption hit. So he needs a 4 or better. And he gets a 3, so he gets a corruption, even though he's only got 2 Darkstone. And finally, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifi, she's got 5 Darkstone. She saves 2. Potential corruption on 3 of them. Come on, 4s or better. Yes, she saves them all. Fifi's the best. She is, Zeke. She is. Fantastic. So she doesn't get any corruption at all. So, good old Fifi. Do heightened senses come in? I think his heightened senses reroll. Let's check. Is it a defense roll against corruption? No, it's a corruption roll. It's called a corruption roll. So, yeah, I don't think he gets a re-roll for that, unfortunately. You can use grit though, can't you? No, both of them won't use their grit. I want their grit for getting back to town. So they'll take the corruption and they'll just have to go to the doctor's office or wherever it is you go to get rid of it. Alright, so that is the end of a Fistful of Darkstone. And we've got a Fistful of Darkstone. We have 12 Darkstone, man. That is fantastic. Got a bit of corruption. We had to use a revive token, but that's okay. We'll get one back for the next adventure. And brilliant. Yes, got pretty close at the end there. Looks like we were really breezing it, didn't it? But as soon as that Night Terror got a hit in, knocked one of us out straight off. Okay, I missed Heightened Senses, but I think even if he'd say you only get one re-roll on a defense with Heightened Senses, so one still would have got through, it would have still knocked him out. Revive token gone. And the worst thing you can do is have a hero KO'd and not have a revive token, because then you're looking at injuries, and injuries can be really, really bad. So discretion is always the better part of valour. So if we hadn't have had that lucky horseshoe, I may well have turned tail and run. But as it was, we did have it, we stuck around, and Cade, cool Cade, just dispatched the final two monsters by shooting them through the eye. So fantastic stuff by him. Okay, so that is it for episode 5 of Shadows of Brimstone and a Fistful of Darkstone. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the subscriptions, for all the likes, the dislikes, and for all the comments. The stars are right. You're all stars, and you're all right. Anybody who's been a BGG to like the video threads over there, make a comment or drop any geek gold, thank you so much. And as always, and a special thanks to those of you who have been kind enough to go to kofi.com and help support the channel by tipping me a brew. Thank you so much. So this is it for as ever, I think I forgot this last time, as ever, if you notice any mistakes, please let me know, and I will try and fix them. Obviously it's the end of the adventure now, so I'll have to think of something, but you know, I might have made a mistake whereby, you know, we've got too much money or something like that, and that I can fix that. Other than that, that is it for episode 5. I hope to see you for episode 6, where we make a trip to town. Until then, this is me, CatWeazle, saying toodaloo.